And we're back. Holy shit. How
Yes,
long has
sir.
it been?
Where you
It's
been, man? What happened?
been forever, man. I feel like we haven't done this podcast in 3 generations. We're
Whose
back.
fault is that?
Netflix and chilling, and now you actually see our faces, plus the
Yeah,
mock
after winter
character.
vacation,
Yeah,
extended winter vacation.
vacation went so well, we decided to show our faces.
Well, except us, you guys still have to unlock Hassan. If we get a couple more viewers, we'll find him pop up.
Yeah, subscribe, like, comment.
And then he'll show you his nipples afterwards.
Whoa. Okay. You
Edgar,
gotta.
what kind of kit are you wearing today?
Oh, this is a premium Atalanta,
Oh,
right from this season. We got all the correct badging, ready
Where'd
for the
you buy
chill.
that kit? I heard. Where'd you buy that kit?
Well, we visited a certain city of Bergamo about a
Ah,
month ago, maybe a month and a half ago.
yeah.
right when we went dark.
Exactly.
And that was the winter vacation.
This was from the official Atalanta store right in Bergamo, so I'm ready to represent.
Hell yeah. All
What
about
about
Ready
that.
to
Alejandro?
represent
What are you
you.
wearing?
I don't think Hassan's wearing anything. That's why his screen is black.
You guys got to unlock his shirt. Hold on.
I'm
Yeah,
rocking
Alex, what's that
2012,
kit?
2012, 2013 Montpellier Champions
Yo,
League
is it
too. You got the Champions League badge. You got the respect and everything. Old school, man.
Oh,
isn't that the
okay.
kit where they got a million sponsors on their asshole?
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's really hard because you know how UEFA has those like rules against too many sponsors on a shirt. They have to like
Yeah.
modify the shirt. It's impossible to find the exact shirt they wore. So I found the kit from that season, and then I just slapped the badges on with the freaking iron. Actually, ironed my freaking arm too with
So
that.
you have a
Yeah,
sweatshop in your basement.
that's fake, man. You can't be wearing
Yeah,
that.
honestly.
It's
So
called modified. Modified.
So you just
Don't worry about it.
you just admitted to forgery on live.
It's not
Yo,
forgery.
yo,
What's wrong? You can put
yo,
a,
Hassan, call his lawyer.
what's wrong with putting a badge on a shirt that you own? What are you doing with it?
It's true.
Yeah, but
Listen, if you have a BMW 3 Series slip an M badge, yeah, I mean it doesn't look nice, but nobody can tell you
Okay,
not.
yeah. So yeah, it's my shirt. I'm not selling it or anything. It's my collection.
I
If
see.
I want to put an MLS badge on a Man City shirt, who's stopping me?
That's where they belong.
Yeah, I
At
mean,
this
who's
point, yeah.
stopping me? Like,
I mean, I don't want to bring this up, but apparently Pep got divorced and it's been downhill since then.
all right, we'll talk about Pep later. Let's get started with the game
All
that we
you
went to.
all you married folks, there's a lesson in there.
Okay. All right, stay locked, man. Stay locked.
Yeah, exactly.
So we went to a game in December in Bergamo, like you said. Oh, that was a fun game. You guys want to talk about it?
Oh, well,
You guys
Oh,
want
well,
to talk about your experience?
I
I'll
can't
talk about
remember who
mine.
played there though.
Huh?
Can't remember who played.
well, I think it's this team right here. We got Atalanta, one of the Northern Italy teams, and of course against Real Madrid. Quite a
Hey,
game.
you guys-
Except we all sat on different corners, and I guess Hassan can give you a better perspective on some goals and maybe even some big misses. And then
I was in the heart of Atalanta Ultras, and
yeah,
all we did was stand and yell. I'm not sure about the game. I don't remember it because I was under the influence of many.
we don't need to know.
Now listen, you nutcracker. You put us in a section with a bunch of Madrid fans, and then you decided to go with a bunch of Curva Nord with the
Exactly.
Curva Nord, yeah, that was the stand. Curva Nord. I
yeah.
met those guys are very hospitable.
Yo,
They're like,
tell us
where
how
you
you met
from?
a Scottish guy there.
Yeah, apparently there was a Scottish guy there that specifically comes to Atalanta just to watch their games every time they play at home.
Quite a
And he was
long
like
way
an
from
ultra.
Glasgow.
Yeah. And I was like, do you not support one of the Scottish teams? Like, nah, fuck those wankers.
I was gonna say, how bad is it in Scotland? You have to go all the way to Northern Italy for games.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe
Yeah.
Gasper needs a secret lover.
Yeah, maybe he comes to support his children.
That was a good game.
Anyway.
That was
It definitely was. And I know one thing. I thought Real Madrid fans were annoying online, and my opinion did not change looking at Real Madrid in real life.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, you guys had quite the stories about some Madrid guy people.
Honestly, some of the most insufferable people I have met.
And Arsenal
It,
fans
it's
too. Arsenal
it's
fans.
the level of entitlement. Like, come on,
Yeah.
definitely not good. But we had a view of some pretty good goals. We had the Catalan penalty, which I thought was quite deserved right at the end of halftime.
Yeah.
Then obviously, then of course, Alex and I got front row seats to Atalanta dropping their pants for Vinny put the second goal in, and then Jude Bellingham slotting the third.
Well, I saw this lady like begging Modric to warm up with her because he was like warming up on the sideline. She's like, oh, Luca, Luca, Luca. And I was like, damn, lady, if you want to go warm up with him, just go down there. Like, give me some. No, but honestly, I think Atalanta shot themselves in the foot. Like they play really well, but the mistakes they made, horrific.
I think so. There was something was off. It didn't feel right. It was kind of weird that Retegui didn't start.
Yeah.
I think they went with was a Pasalic, De Ketelaere, and
Didn't
Lookman, and of
Danilo
course
come on? Danilo came on towards the end.
Zaniolo, yeah. No, I mean they definitely have a pretty deep team, but I thought Retegui was a for sure starter. So for a big game like that, for him not to come up from the
Yeah,
first minute
I don't know
was
why
weird.
they start that. Kevin De Bruyne's fucking 99-cent version. What the fuck his name is?
Who's Kevin De
CDK.
Bruyne?
oh CDK.
Yeah, I don't know why he was starting over.
No. Charles, no. Well, yeah, to be fair, Charles De Ketelaere did not do a lot in that game. But to be fair, Pasalic didn't do a lot either. It was mostly Lookman who's trying to make some moves, and even then, there was a lot of selfish moments where he could have moved the ball on. But again, scored a pretty good goal.
I saw Lookman for 45 minutes on my side. All the guy did was get double team, and he wanted to cross out two guys and go inside and shoot. He did score on that way once, but it didn't work out the rest of the time.
No, but listen, he was one of the more positive players on the team because he was actually trying to take on players. Everyone else was like, I mean, the wing backs, you have Bellanova and Ruggieri on the other side. Like those guys were making overlapping runs, but it seemed like if Lookman wasn't picking up the ball, then a lot of the ball was moving backwards. Like they weren't really creating too much threat. With that being said,
Pasalic was just between two guys and he couldn't do anything.
Yeah, Madrid was just right in the moments. I don't think they created anything.
That's what it felt like. But then again, Atalanta didn't take their moments either. Like they had a few chances, and again, it's that ball progression where it was just Lookman. You know that at least I think everybody should know Real Madrid at this point in time is not doing too hot. Their defense is kind of shaky because of all the injuries and some of the rotations and like Tchouameni. The midfield's kind of imbalanced. There is opportunity to go at, and I felt like Atalanta definitely didn't like go for the throw. Maybe they were kind of scared to get hit on the counters because you did, of course, have Mbappe, Vinny, and Rodrigo running. No, actually, Rodrigo wasn't playing. Was Rodrigo playing? No.
What game were you at? He came on. He came on after
he came on. Yeah.
Mbappe got hurt, which was a big storyline of that game.
Oh yeah, Mbappe came off like 30 something. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
The front four were Brahim Diaz, Bellingham, Vinicius, and Mbappe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, but I mean, I'm looking at the numbers right now, and Atalanta had 20 shots to Madrid's 10. 9 of those 20 were on target for Madrid. 6 out of 10 were on target. So they had the chances, they had the possession, but it didn't come to fruition.
But then again, it didn't seem like Atalanta had that many like good chances. Just again, we're sitting there at the stadium.
Yeah.
There was, of course, the 2 goals. I think there was like 1 header in the first half, and then there was maybe the second half, and then there was, of course, a chance right at the death in the 93rd.
Togi missed that chance at the end.
Yo, you don't know how to say any of their names, man.
Yo, the guy. Yo, next thing you know, oh yeah, Linguini was making a pass, man, and
Ritogi, Zanoli, CDK. What the fuck, man? Say his name.
Ritogi, there you go.
Retegui.
Retegui.
I'm gonna slap you with this pasta across the screen.
But to be fair, it's still a pretty good game, and we wish. Well, at least I wish Atalanta would have came out more with that game. I think they definitely deserved a point. I will say, like, there were some moments where it didn't feel like Atalanta were, I don't know, was really up for it. Like that second goal by Real Madrid, that was really not a good moment for them. They kind of just lost, lost some focus. The defender, like the ball bounced off the defender, and Vinny picking up scraps.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Well, from that game on, we went south the next day, south to the beautiful city of Milan. South
What?
of Bergamo. South of Bergamo.
We're going like southwest. Okay, yeah.
It was,
Yeah, whatever.
Western South.
Geography.
Like,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
are you
yeah.
talking
I know we're not a geography podcast. I get
Yeah,
it.
it's America. We don't do geography here. So we went south to Milan, and we went to the legendary San Siro to see Milan play against Serbian farmers. And to be fair, I think Milan looked like the Serbian farmers in this game.
I was just gonna say.
Rafa Leao looked like the biggest one out of all of them, even though he scored.
Honestly, like it definitely put perspective. Like watching Milan live. Like sometimes like you watch a team on TV and you don't really pay attention to some details, but. And I think that's one of the things we talked about all the time is you really get to see other players when you're actually watching the game live because you don't go with the camera. You can actually just go look where you want to.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Rafa Leao, if he doesn't have the ball, he's not running.
Let me tell you, he's one of the laziest motherfuckers I've seen on a pitch in quite a while. And I mean, he smiles like he's Ronaldinho on left wing, but he doesn't have the talent like him.
I wouldn't say, no, definitely not the talent like him, but he has talent. It's just the work ethic and the output at times is definitely lacking.
Yeah. But you can't
severely.
have, Ronaldinho like work ethic and not be Ronaldinho.
I don't know. I could second that absolutely. And then like Alex said, it really felt like Crvena Zvezda were like actually like having good spells of possession. They're actually trying to progress the ball. Milan, I don't know, something felt off, and maybe it's the whole recent thing with the fan discontent with the American ownership. There's obviously some injuries, some rotations, but still, you would expect them, at least at home, to really put down Crvena Zvezda, who have conceded many goals against many teams.
Yeah, I mean that Milan team. I think this whole year they've been playing well below their expectations. To be fair, though, they have a couple of guys. They have Pulisic, who's amazing.
He's having a great year, by the way. Like
he's had a great time. Yeah, Rafa Leao, he has his moments, but then you look at
I think Reinder's been having a pretty good year or so.
But then if
Baby
you look,
reindeer.
from 1 to 11, they don't really have that many players that are putting them in like Serie A contention, Champions League contentions. I think they're probably where they should be in the league and the Champions League because honestly, they don't really have that great of a team even compared to Inter Milan. Like Inter Milan is stacked 1 to 11 and 12 to 18 on the bench. But Milan, they've gotten rid of some guys too, and I don't think that team is expected to win anything right now.
I mean, to be fair, they look average. You look at their squad; they're a bunch of average guys. We haven't said look at the Milans in 2010s.
I was literally about to say that. Like, think of like the old Milan teams. We have Pirlo, Zaydorf, Shevchenko, Crespo, Nesta.
We went to their what is it, store, their shop. You saw the photos of the legends, and you look at this Milan squad, and you think, how many of those guys will get a photo in that store?
None.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, unless Rafa Leao starts to triple his output and productivity. That's you could be lazy, but if you're banging in 30, 40 goals a season, nobody's going to say anything.
It's true. It's true. But then you look at their number 9, who's Morata, and then they have
Tammy Abraham, who did score a goal.
I mean, those guys are good players, but are they Milan quality levels? I think.
Then you have to
think Milan quality.
Yeah, exactly. That I was literally going to say the same thing. What is Milan quality? Because Milan haven't been quality. Okay, besides that Scudetto win that they had, was it 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Besides that, what have Milan done in the last 15 years?
Even in that Scudetto win, they had Giroud up top, who's a lot more.
But they had Ibra. Oh no, Giroud. It was Giroud mostly. Yeah, Ibra was subbed on a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ibra was coming towards the end of his career, but I'm saying even for that team, that's obviously not the same level as the early 2000s or 2010s. That was still a lot more of a Milan quality team. Than
I get to your point. Milan did just recently win the Supercoppa Italia.
But they have a new coach. That's the thing. They did pick up a new coach.
Yeah, I mean,
that new coach got them a trophy.
That new coach got him a trophy. Hey, something. And Inter Milan too.
Saudi Arabia of all places.
I was going to say, we're really going to give weight to a trophy that's played in Saudi Arabia in the middle of January when everyone else is
I'm just going back to what Edgar asked the question, what has Milan won? So, just ask the question.
That's true. Listen, at that point, we're talking about early December.
Yeah, but well, first of all, okay, why the fuck are we playing these tournaments in Saudi Arabia?
Money.
That like
I mean, what else do you expect? It's called Italian FA, Spanish FA. Don't have enough money to line their pockets, so we're gonna play in Saudi Arabia,
and they're gonna pay us.
and they're gonna pay them.
And they're
Why
playing
that-
with
wait.
like half empty stadiums too. Like there's no one there.
Nah, they weren't empty. The final
listen,
was pretty full.
Well, listen, it doesn't matter if they're half empty or not. What matters is how much money is going to the FA bank account.
Bro,
It's so
the
depressing, man, to watch
the
that.
El Clasico was pretty packed. Like
Well,
that was a pretty.
at some point we have to think about that football. It's how we look at football. Are we looking at football as a global entity, or are we looking at it still as a very much a roots-based community thing? Because if it's the former, where we're actually looking as a global game, then it kind of makes sense to at least, like say, who cares about the Super Cup? Realistically speaking, kind of useless. Why not play it in Saudi Arabia? Let some other people see the game.
Yeah, I agree. It's like
I mean,
how I was gonna say
Okay.
the American sports. You know, we have the NFL playoffs. You know how they're doing NFL games in London, Brazil, like 1 or 2 games a year.
They're not doing
So-
playoff games abroad. They're only
Yeah,
doing
but still,
playoffs.
they're taking a game away from a already small home schedule from a team and taking it somewhere else.
Isn't it like only like a couple of games, like less than 10 games, to 10
Yeah,
home
they get
games.
less than 10 games at home. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
9 games,
something,
9 or
yeah.
8.
Yeah. It makes
So-
sense for NBA because NBA they have like 41 games at home, so that makes sense. But like you said, for NFL to strip a team of like, no, you take like a Buffalo Bills team who freaking crazy at home. You take away one of the home games, people are gonna riot in the streets.
Yeah, because they can't
But
afford
again-
to go anywhere.
But again,
Yeah,
Super
no.
Copa, I get it. You for example, like let's say the Barcelona Madrid game that happened recently. I get that, on one hand you would want that game to be played in Spain somewhere that most of the local fans can go, but on the other hand, Barcelona and Real Madrid have to understand they are global entities, one way or another. And to kind of reach global markets and to kind of expand that, and of course it is a cash grab, but still, why not go
Anyways,
play?
Speaking of Super Copa and the other team involved, Inter Milan, they had a sweaty ass game that we didn't see. 'cause
Oh,
we
get
were-
Leverkusen.
Yeah, against Leverkusen away. That was honestly, that was the first goal I think Inter conceded the entire group stage, and it was like a 90th minute.
It was a
goal.
scrappy 90th minute. All like it bounced
Yeah.
off the corner and then something else. And then
Leverkusen
Mukiele punted it in.
Yeah, Leverkusen's picked it up lately. Honestly,
I mean, maybe they switched to Plan B finally.
They found Plan B.
what was their plan B? So what's their plan B? Go back to plan A?
Go back to Plan A.
No, I just think they
No.
found-
Their Plan B is make Plan A work better.
It's working. I mean, if you ask me, it's
No,
working.
but it's true. They have been picking up. Their form has been getting better, but
But to be fair, they kind of switched up the formation where they're playing Grimaldo and Frimpong as actual wingers rather than wingbacks, and they have dedicated defenders like Mukiele and what's his name, Hincapi, that Colombian guy.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
playing the actual fullbacks,
Ecuadorian. But
and then they got Ta and Tapsoda. I'm sorry, Ecuadorian. I thought it was
Yeah.
Colombian.
No, he's Ecuadorian. You're
Oh,
close.
I'm
there.
sorry.
listen,
Yeah,
man, the flags look similar.
they really do though.
You weren't far off. But
So
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's the big difference I've seen. And then they got this Argentina guy, Palacios, playing a bigger
Mhm.
role in the midfield where he used to be basically a false center back
yeah.
like last year. So they kind of switched around the squad. And
You know, it's
Mateus Tel is pulling up.
Malatis. And it's funny. I think one of their signings, at least personally, I don't feel like has been working. Maybe he's been getting shuffled out. Is Alex Garcia?
Yeah,
He's
he's
been
in
put-
and out of the team, but he's been
Yeah.
putting in work.
That's what I feel like, maybe again, not a bad player, but his integration, like they had that balance in the middle where they had Granit Xhaka and they would have somebody else, whether was it Aldrich or who else? Was it
There was
Aldrich?
some other guy.
Yeah,
Andric.
but-
What?
Huh?
Andric, the
Andrich.
Andre,
German
whatever. Yeah, the big German guy. There you go.
Yeah.
That guy or Palacios, you would have somebody, anchoring with Xhaka. But when Alex Garcia came in, it definitely felt like there was missing some bite in the midfield. Now it feels like either he's gelled or they got a better rotation going. So it feels like they're doing a little bit more in the midfield.
Yeah, I found it's Andric.
Andre, okay.
Yeah, you gotta say it with a very you gotta say it like you drive a Mercedes for a living.
Are you German? You have German roots?
It could be German.
Yeah.
I don't have roots. No roots. No roots.
We just want to clarify that.
We just cut off the roots. We don't worry about the roots. But anyways, no, I think
I mean,
honestly, I think this team depends a lot on how free Verts is. If Verts has a lot of freedom and he could create, that's good for a team. But if he gets locked down and he doesn't have the space to work with, that team is very dependent on his creativity. Because if you look even like this weekend against Mönchengladbach, scored 2, assisted 1. Like that guy is literally half the team. And if they lose him, that's obviously
he reminds me of a playmaker from back in the days where not necessarily to the same level, like a Kaká, like a guy in the middle that grabs the ball, picks it up, and just pushes it forward.
Like a ball progressor or ball carrier.
Where there aren't that many of those in football today, if you really look at it. So he's that player.
He is that guy, yeah. He's him.
He's him, yeah, exactly.
No, yeah. That's definitely good. Next game though, that was a good game. That honestly the second best game to the one we saw in Atalanta, Dortmund Barca.
Oh.
We could have went to that game.
But except tickets to Dusseldorf were more expensive to go from Italy. It was more expensive to go from Italy to Dortmund than it was to go from the States to Italy.
We would have had to take like 3 camels and 2 trains to get there.
German camels.
German camels.
You get the cigarettes? You need 2 packs of cigs just to get
But I think this is where we saw, that little bit of a fault with the Barcelona offside trap, where they are getting caught out now.
Well, Dortmund historically has been like that, where they will catch teams if they try to play an offside trap. They're pretty fast on the wings.
Yeah,
and they play that long ball with their deep line and midfielders, so they will catch teams like that.
But Hassan, I got a question for you. How good is Rafinha this year?
Oh my God, he's having himself a fucking year.
Yeah.
God, I mean, even as of recording this, this is a month and a half later, since that game. My guy's been, there's been some games where he's been a little off, but then he's been very consistent on that left side and scoring goals, going up and down, assisting.
Yeah.
And I think Barcelona just found their team.
Sometimes I think it's very interesting how players would really struggle with one team and then go to another team and they're like, oh, well, again, maybe I don't know if he's going to continue that form, but he's playing like a world beater right now.
Oh,
when we played at Leeds, we're like, okay, like a good winger on his day. He could score. He scored a couple goals, give a couple assists. Not like this though. Nobody expected this, especially after his first season with Barcelona was pretty disappointing.
I don't know what Hansi Flick and him cooked in the lab. It seems to be fucking working.
Is it the same lab with Simeone?
Nah, it's not the same lab because Simeone does not know what the fuck he's cooking. Listen, Barcelona, to touch on their team right now, Gavi's come back, and my God, he's been sensational ever since he's come back from injuries. Pedri's actually playing some middle, and then they got this young guy, Casado, and they got this young triangle of these, early 20s guys that's going to be together for a while, and they're fucking balling out.
Yeah.
And they're fucking
except yesterday against who did they play? Getafe?
Well, listen, it was a draw. Historically, if you look at La Liga, Barcelona always fucks up either against Getafe or somebody like Real. I mean, there's another team that always fuck up. Las Palmas?
Was it Betis?
Leganés. Celta Vigo. Celta Vigo is also their Achilles heel.
The kryptonite?
Hassan, are you saying there's like 19 teams in the league that are kryptonite for Barca? Because I haven't seen him win a game in like a month.
No. There's only one team that's not kryptonite for Barcelona, and that's Real Madrid.
That's Real Madrid. Just smoke them.
What's like 3 or 4 Clásicos in a row or something?
Yeah, I mean, they're fucking him. I'll tell you that. I've never been happier.
They've been raw dogging Madrid for a year.
Honestly. And it's not even like a scrappy 1-0 or like a 2-1. No, they've been like bending Madrid over.
If you guys see the Clásico, there was a point in the game where I think it was Gavi and Limel were playing back pass-ups. Like they were just passing to each other because nobody would press them for like 2 minutes.
I mean, to be fair, though, I will say that I think at that point Real Madrid accepted it and they're like, oh, listen, it's a Super Copa game, whatever. I don't know. Obviously, every trophy you want to fight for, but I think at that point, I think they were down like 3-1 or 4-1 at that point.
Yeah, I think they got their
They're still top of the league.
they got their
They got like
Saudi,
7 points between them and Barca. So
yeah, they
Yeah, I
got their
mean,
Saudi payout, so they were good. They didn't
you
get
know,
any
it's funny how Real Madrid. We're talking about Real Madrid like having a bad season, and they're still probably gonna win the La Liga.
bro, I'm telling you, they get results in the fucking league. Like overtime wins,
They
late winners, late
do.
draws.
It's they pull it out the. What was that one game where that defender literally gave away the ball to Jude Bellingham like last second?
Yeah, I think it was against.
Was it Betis?
No, I think
No.
No. It was what? It was like last month.
I do not remember that. I don't remember what team that was
I think
specifically.
it must have been Valencia because they won 2-1.
Oh, with Valencia. It was Valencia. Yes,
Right?
it was.
You're right. Valencia, dude, they've fallen.
They're
so
fucking right.
far.
They're getting relegated.
If Valencia goes down to
Bro, they're 20th. They
Segunda,
got two. They got fucking how many?
they're playing like Southampton in the Prem.
They'll beat you.
Prime Southampton.
Oh my god. Oh, they're going down.
It's kind of
They're
sad.
going
Sad for a club like that to go down. It's like what happened in France with Bordeaux. That was fucking depressing.
All right, guys. You guys want to run through a couple more of the results? But I think in terms of just to finish off the Barca Dortmund game, honestly, I think Barca just clawed it out. I don't think it was a particularly good game for them or Dortmund in particular to concede all those goals. But hey, entertainment for us.
Yeah, it's a good game. What about Juve City, guys? 2-0.
I love that.
Well, listen, that was during Pep's divorce, so not much to say.
We're back at that topic.
No, I think honestly, City didn't play too hot. I think it was like one counterattack and then something else for Juve.
So my question is, who's divorcing Haaland then? Because I don't know what the fuck he's been doing for the
past month. Again, I think I've said this multiple times. Haaland works when you pass him the fucking ball. Nobody gives him service.
Yeah, I will say that's the one thing. If you ever look at some of the Man City games, like, listen, he's not going to put away every single goal. He's not the most clinical striker, but if you give him the ball enough times, he will score. He will find himself in good positions.
No, it's not even that.
Just
he's
but nobody. Foden's not passing the ball. De Bruyne was out. He just came back recently. Savinho sometimes, like, anyway, he's not getting enough service. Dogo wasn't even playing half the time.
There you go.
Anyways,
so
Juve, drawn like 15 out of 20 games in Serie A. They still smack Man City. Man City, dog shit team. Everyone's getting divorced. Moving on.
Maybe we should mention the top of the table team, Liverpool.
No, I don't want to mention them.
They're still undefeated. I mean, no, they lost. They lost. Sorry.
No, they not in the UCL. They're still
not in the UCL. They beat Girona 1-0. That was another game we contemplated going to, but it would have required a couple more donkeys to get from.
No, we would actually have to swim across the Mediterranean. Just
But it was a 1-0 game. I don't know. I'm debating like what game would have been better, the Milan game or the Madrid. Well, was this on Tuesday? The Liverpool game.
I think this was. Girona played the same day as Atalanta.
Okay. Well, never mind. We weren't gonna go there.
No.
But yeah. Anyways, don't
top of the table.
Let's talk about the other team that's in the top 8. Aston Villa play away.
Oh,
that was a good game.
Was it Rebel Leipzig?
John Duran goal. Remember we talked about this in one of the past episodes where we're talking about like who's I think it was we're talking about like who's performing above their like normal levels or something. I mentioned
John Duran.
Listen, the guy's unstoppable. He's like 20 years old. I know he's not a for sure starter that got Ollie Watkins in that team, but John Duran, man, he's putting up numbers this year.
At this rate,
Champions League though, like he's putting up numbers in Champions League. Was that goal against Bayern?
Yeah, but even then, in the Prem, he's had goals in the Prem too. He's just not consistent.
I know.
He's not consistent. I'll give you that. But to say he's not performing,
off the bench, lethal.
I tell you what, at this rate, Manchester United might sign him.
No, we're getting Gyökeres.
If that doesn't work out.
It's plan B. No, but how far do you guys think Villa could go in the Champions League this year?
I think they could make the quarters. They could definitely win the
top 8.
The top 8, yeah. They can go through that, depending on who they get. Let's say if they get somebody like Madrid, well then
You actually know what's funny? I wouldn't put it past them to not beat Madrid.
Madrid in the playoffs is different. Like, let's be honest.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this season. I'm not going to say the season's going to be different, but I don't know, man. Until I see cohesive proof that Real Madrid can get their shit together, I'm not going to be particularly out there. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, Madrid in the playoffs is Madrid in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Listen, if it was a final between Madrid and Villa, yeah, I don't care what Villa has. Madrid's going to win it.
Madrid in the playoffs like Jordan 96, 97.
No,
Oh.
Madrid in the finals, Jordan 96, 97. Yeah, listen, they will crush the other team. They will play 12-man. They will. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're gonna do it all.
And then Ancelotti's gonna smoke cigars in the locker room.
There you
Hell
go.
yeah.
That's how they win.
I guess maybe we should do like a quick mention for like some of the French teams.
Oh, I do love my breast.
How do you pronounce the name?
Stop Brestois.
Brestois. Listen, 1-0 against PSV. Next game against Shakhtar, they could probably clinch top 8 if they beat Shakhtar. Could be all.
That'd be impressive. I mean, considering their home form, like in the Ligue 1, is not great. They're doing pretty damn well in Champions League. And honestly, if they are looking long term, this UCL experience is good for them. And then obviously there's the financial benefits of going pretty deep in the competition. And if you are looking to sell on some of your players, which might be happening, having them with UCL experience will definitely raise that price tag a little bit.
I agree.
There you go.
This Brest team definitely punching above their level.
Way above.
Monaco didn't do too hot. They got blown out at Emirates. But we don't have to talk about that game. Lille.
Not interesting.
Lille picked up 3 more points.
There we go.
Bro, they're 8th. They're the last play for automatic qualification.
Yeah. All right. Before we end this, so you know how like top 2 best performing leagues get an extra slot for Champions League next season?
Mm-hmm.
Let's make some predictions. Who's going to be the top 2 leagues to get extra teams?
Well, how do they measure that?
Yeah,
So
I was gonna say.
they take all the UEFA competitions, right? Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, Farmers League, whatever other leagues they got. They have a coefficient, so like they use like if you win you get like 2 points, if you draw 1 point, if you lose 0 points, and then based on the difficulty of the competition, they get like extra bonus points, right? So like Champions League get more bonus points. And so they use those points that are divided by how many teams are in the all competition. So like most of the time it's like 7 teams, right? Unless you're like a smaller country, you get like 5 or 6. Except for Germany and Italy, because they got 8 teams this year because they got extra teams from last year. So what they do is they take those total points at the end of the year, they divide by how many teams were in the competitions. Whoever has the highest number gets extra slots. So
well, I'm not particularly versed in the farmers leagues, but
I'm not versed in the math you're trying to do.
So
really,
just for context, last year Germany and Italy got extra spots because German and Italian teams did the best across all 3 competitions. So it's not just Champions League; it's the other 2 competitions too. So this season, I'm thinking it's going to be England and it's going to be Germany.
Oh, because they got the most teams in like the top 8, the top 4.
See, I think the more teams you have, the more punish you get because you're dividing by a bigger number.
Okay.
Well, okay. I would agree with England because just remember the Conference League has Chelsea basically smacking everybody with their C team.
Yeah, exactly.
In the Europa League, I can't recall who's there from the English teams. Was it Tottenham
and United?
Oh, I forgot Man United's even in Europe.
Now we play in the local conference league.
Oh yeah, but yeah, realistically, it's probably going to be England, maybe Germany again. I don't know. I think German teams are doing pretty well. But then again, if we look at just the Champions League,
I
would say maybe Italy.
I mean,
again, because I think Fiorentina's in the Conference League, and I think they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, Fiorentina.
I mean, Italy got a lot of teams up there.
Then
England too.
But remember, Germany and Italy have 8 teams,
so they can't do back to back, or they would. Yeah, they have less of a chance.
They'd be punished if 1 or 2 teams slip up because they have more teams they have to divide the number by.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm still picking Germany as second team because I think between Spain, their teams are dog shit outside of the top 3. And then,
pretty much. Then
France. I mean, France is doing well until the playoffs, and then all the French teams are going to.
Honestly, it feels like except like Lille and Brest, like PSG is not doing hot, Monaco's not doing hot, and I don't even is Marseille in the Europa League?
No, I think in
No.
Europa League they have Nice, who already got knocked out. Like one of the first teams to get knocked out because they got like 2 points from 6 games.
Right.
But they don't have any teams in Conference League because the Conference League team didn't make it. So
Oh,
yeah, I don't think France got a shot. So I got England, Germany. I got England, Germany. Hassan,
Probably.
I would take
Pakistan, India?
England, and I would say England and Italy. They got some teams up there too.
England, Italy.
I mean, to be fair, like Milan and Inter aren't, they're doing pretty well in the Champions League. So is Juve. That's like comparatively speaking. Fiorentina's doing pretty well in the Conference League. I forgot which team's in the Europa League for Italy.
Is Napoli in there?
No, Napoli's not it. Napoli's not in. Napoli had a terrible season.
Roma and Lazio.
Roma and Lazio. Oh yeah, both the Rome teams.
Well, I'll tell you what, Napoli's going to be back in the Champions League next year.
Without Quaradona?
No, Quadradone's official, not
He went to fucking
PSG.
PSG.
Yeah, he went to PSG.
Apparently, there was a story where he was getting $2 million a year and he wanted more money, and the Napoli owner was like, "Nah, suck a cock."
That's
literally what happened.
He was like 19th in the Napoli squad for salary. He was behind like the right back. He's behind like this man won you a fucking Scudetto, man. Like,
but then he to piggyback on that, he signed the fucking contract.
No. Yeah, listen, yes, he signed the contract, but that's before he had the explosive season. Yeah, and I get it.
You honor
signed
it,
the contract.
When you have your next payday, you ask for more money. Why the fuck you're bitching in the middle of the season?
Because you asked for more money, they gave him more money.
No,
listen. To be fair, Hassan, listen. It is a free. To be fair, I don't think Napoli, got screwed here. They got 70 mil for him.
No, they didn't get screwed. I'm talking about in terms of Kivar. He's asking for fucking money in the middle of the season.
No. He was asking money last season, and they didn't give it to him. And then this season, obviously, it's not only about the money. I think also with Conte's system, he's not thriving. He's not playing a lot.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to defend. He's one of those lazy Georgians.
Listen, I don't remember Hazard defending for Chelsea when Antonio Conte was there. So let's not do that.
My man's trying to get
listen, Conte always had that one guy that was up top.
Let Quaradona be up top. Who the fuck's going to be there? Like Politano?
What?
Whatever. Listen, we could say that for another day. My man's
I know, right?
He's got bills to pay. He got electric, gas bills to pay. So
listen, rent is high right now, man. Come on.
I'm not gonna lie. To be fair to him, those Euro taxes, they're not pretty.
Yeah.
They're out of your money.
It's not better in France. So I don't know if you picked the right country for that.
But he gets paid more, so.
Yeah. We'll find
Listen, I think it's just going to be like a trampoline thing where he's going to stay in PSG for like 2 years and then he's going to jump ship to like England or maybe Spain.
I mean, he's looking for a payday, so why not? Why not go to England?
Speaking of jumping ship, I think we got to jump ship from this podcast. So,
are we going to unlock Hassan next time?
I think we'll hope to unlock Hassan next week. But
if you have enough viewers on this episode, you'll unlock me.
Just follow Hassan on his OnlyFans page, and
information will be provided below.
Yeah, click the links below, man.
See you guys later.
All right, man. Okay. Peace out.